Take my word for it. I live there. Come to Florida. Get pre-approved right now with my guy Michael Kotze. Call him at 561-441-2730. He's got Choice Mortgage and a great real estate team. Get pre-approved right now. Michael Kotze, 561-441-2730. Buy in Florida right now. Don't wait. Save money on state taxes. Make your move today with Choice Mortgage. Trust me, Florida is waiting. This guy's so good, he did my commercials in Florida too. Mike Kotze, 561-441-2730. A ride.
The Dominic Carter Show on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
And the number to reach us this hour live, 800-848-9222. What's going on in the world of politics? I have to start slow today. I have to start mellow today. I just have to. So let's see. Mamdani, Jasmine Crockett, a.k.a. Congresswoman Hate, a.k.a. Congresswoman Keisha, and Ilhan Omar.
If you need me.
Yes, if you need me.
Call me.
Call Dominic.
No matter where you are.
No matter where you are.
No matter how far.
No matter how far.
Just
call my name. And that you can, I'll be there in a hurry. And that you can depend and never worry. Musa, for what we're about to get to. So walking into the studio, I'm trying to figure this one out. Certainly at midnight, the midnight show we do, but also at 3 p.m. I'm told now that we are number uno for women listeners, 30 up. Go figure. Wait, here's the best part. Get it, Diana. All right. Now I'm in a better mood. Musa. I don't know. I just don't know, folks. I don't know.
I know you must follow the sun.
That's how I feel. With Mamdani.
Fall short of your desires. Remember, life
Has
holds
one guarantee. You'll always have D.
And if you should miss my
Okay. All right, Carlos. You know what? Well, wait. Here's the best part. Here's the best part. Get it, Diana. Go, girl. Go.
what I told you
The day I set you free. Ain't no mountain high. Ain't no valley low. Keep me from you. So number one with the ladies. Ooh. The engineers are looking in like, what is wrong with Dominic today? Ain't no mountain high enough. Don't look at me like that, Carlos. And I know Sandra in New Jersey's like, be on key. Stay on rhythm. Stay on key, brother. Stay on key. Keep me from you. Ain't no mountain high enough. All right. Okay. All right. That's enough. I feel a little better to talk about Mamdani and Congresswoman Hate, a.k.a. Congresswoman Keisha, better known as Jasmine Crockett of Texas. She wants to be your senator. And what I am trying to figure out, folks, 800-848-9222. I see Marco's on line one. Now you say, no, I never said that. I never said you need to be more black. I never said that. Marco on line one. We'll get to him in just a second. But you know what, folks? Congresswoman Ilhan Omar. Explain this to me. How does one go from a net worth of $65,000 And then some 4 short years later, worth millions, approximately $30 million. How does that happen? You tell me, folks. How does that go down? You know, I don't care if it's the U.S. attorney. I don't care if it's Kojak. I don't care if it's Beretta. I don't care if it's Charlie's Angels. Somebody's got to investigate the money. Congresswoman Omar, it doesn't add up. I'm sorry, the money doesn't add up. Folks, don't believe me. Listen to this television report.
So we'll ask again, where did Ilhan Omar get all that darn money from? Let's go through it. When she first ran for Congress in 2018, she was married to a Somalian man named Ahmed Nur Said Elmi, and she had a net worth of approximately $65,000. Not a ton of money, but $65,000. By 2020, a whole 2 years later, Ilhan had already divorced and remarried another Somalian man by the name of Ahmed Aladizian Herzi, and her net worth was still right around $65,000. Yet just 4 years later, she was divorced and remarried again for a third or perhaps a fourth time. We don't know for sure because Ilhan Omar likely married her brother at one point to get him into this country illegally when she came here from Somalia, which, by the way, is a federal crime, and she's serving in Congress. And nobody talks about this. So by 2024, Ilhan's married to a new person, a white guy named Tim. There's Tim Minette. And Tim is not a rich man, but now he is. Tim's rich now because somehow over the course of the last 3 years, Ilhan Omar's net worth has skyrocketed to over $30 million and counting, meaning she went from having right around $65,000 to $30 million in 3 years. Think about that. Powerball drawing is tonight. Wouldn't that be wonderful? Ilhan Omar did not win the lottery. Bernie Madoff was cheating, and he still wasn't doing that well. That is a 46,000% increase in less than 3 years. Now, how do you suppose that happened? Do you really expect us all to believe that she just played the stock market like she's got a great investor and they just got kind of lucky over the course of the Biden presidency? And why are we the only ones asking these questions tonight? So once again, where did Ilhan Omar get all that money? And why is she trying to make Americans feel bad for Somalian criminals?
And so, Congresswoman Omar, you've got so much mouth when it comes to challenging the president of the United States. It's only fair that America looks into your finances. How does one go? Listen, here's the bottom line. I don't care what you're doing in your bedroom. I don't care how many husbands you may have had. The report said 4. I don't care if one of them happens to be your brother, but it is illegal if you married your brother for him to get into the country. That is a federal crime. Why is she not indicted? Oh, we had a Democrat president for the last few years. So President Trump, it's on you and your Justice Department to do the right thing. Somebody, that's my theme this hour. Somebody explain to me, how do you come in as a refugee and then you have a net worth for a few years of $65,000 net worth, and then 4 short years later, boom, almost $30 million. Somebody do the math for me. I don't care if it's the U.S. attorney. I don't care if it's Kojak. I don't care if it's Beretta. I don't care if it's Charlie's Angels. Somebody's got to investigate her money. 800-848-9222. Congresswoman Keisha now wants to be a senator from the great state of Texas. You can't make this up. Congresswoman hate Jasmine Crockett. And what does Jasmine Crockett do? As I mentioned from the Midnight Show, she's on record as stating black people, African Americans, should pay no taxes.
Just this past week, I saw, I don't remember which celebrity, but it was actually a celebrity, and I was like, I don't know that that's not necessarily a bad idea, but I'd have to think through it a lot. One of the things that they propose is black folk not have to pay taxes for a certain amount of time, because then again, that puts money back in your pocket, but at the same time, it may not be as objectionable to some people about actually giving out dollars. Yeah. But obviously then you start dealing with the different tax brackets and things like that. And that's one of the reasons that, we argue the reparations make sense, because so many black folk, not only do you owe for the labor that was stolen and killed and all the other things, right? But the fact is, we end up being so far behind.
So she plans to ride racism all the way to the U.S. Senate. And if you're not careful, it may work. It may work for Congresswoman Keisha, Congresswoman Hate. Interesting. Walking into the studio, I'm told we're number uno, right? Midnight, definitely. 3 p.m. for women over 30. I don't know. Let's go to Marco, line 1, New Jersey. Marco, you know what, Marco? Let me just say this before you even say a word, Marco. Let me go on record.
Dominic is done with you.
All right, Marco, you're up. What's on your mind?
Yeah, I just want to ask you, when did I ever say you need to speak black or be more black? That's not what I said.
Marco, you said that I don't argue for black people. I asked you, when have you ever lived in the projects? You poo-pooed the question. You all but said that you're not black. Come on, don't run from it now. What is your point? Is that the reason why you called?
I'm from Irvington, New Jersey. It doesn't get any more hood than that. I, too, came out of the hood and it made a better life for my family, for my 2 boys. All right? That's what I got to say. You're a puppet. You're a puppet for the white man because he can't say what you say on the radio.
Oh, yeah. I'm a puppet. So if I'm a puppet, my friend Marco, what are you?
Me?
Yeah, you.
I'm not what do you mean, what am I? What do you mean by that?
You just said that I'm a your exact words. You said I'm a puppet for the white man. Because I think you just said, because I say things they can't say. So I can't be speaking from the heart. I can't be speaking on 40 years of experience of being out there as a journalist. That can't be the case, right, Marco?
You don't speak from the heart. You speak for money. You speak for a paycheck. That's what you do.
I speak for money? How do you know, Marco? How do you know? Do you know what my salary is? Do you know what my bank account is? How do you know?
Just by what you say. I hear what you say every day. It's for money. And you even said it one time on the radio. I get paid. That's what you said. You said it on the air.
Marco, I've never said anything to that degree. Where you're getting this information from, I don't know. But Marco, please tell me you have a bigger point besides calling me up to waste airtime from other callers for this. Please tell me there's some meat on the bone here.
Yeah, because I like to call fake people out. That's what I like to do. I like to call them out.
Marco, I'll just say this. I wish I could meet you in person so I could say to you to your face what I really, really think of you. Marco, you're so special, Marco, and I don't mean that in a good way. You're so special, Marco, that we're going to do it again.
Dominic is done with you.
Now meet Mr. Click, Marco. It is time for a break, folks. When we come back, I see we got Jay in New Jersey, Alan, Long Beach, Mike, North Carolina, Judith, Brooklyn, amongst the calls. We're coming right back. Musa.
Take my word for it. I live there. Come to Florida. Get pre-approved right now with my guy Michael Kotze. Call him at 561-441-2730. He's got Choice Mortgage and a great real estate team. Get pre-approved right now. Michael Kotze, 561-441-2730. Buy in Florida right now. Don't wait. Save money on state taxes. Make your move today with Choice Mortgage. Trust me, Florida is waiting. This guy's so good, he did my commercials in Florida too. Mike Kotze, 561-441-2730. A ride.
And now, a message from McAfee.
I'm not a real kid.
And I'm not a real grandpa.
We're deep fakes.
And we're making it harder to tell what's real online.
The good news? McAfee can help. McAfee's scam detector automatically identifies text and email scams and even deep fakes.
So if you whippersnappers meet one of us, you'll know.
If they're faking it, they're not making it past us. Get award-winning scam detection today. McAfee.com/keepitreal.
The Dominic Carter Show. Entertaining and informative on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
Well, now investigators are tracking the web of fraud to other Minnesota Democrats, such as Congresswoman Ilhan Omar. Many of the suspects linked to the scheme live in her district, including a restaurant owner who hosted events for her. He has since been convicted of stealing $12 million in COVID funds.
And that from the Fox News channel. Coming up in about 10 minutes, former Congressman Peter King will join me live. I'm looking at my Twitter at my ex. The lovely DMS says, DMS, I almost just spit up my coffee in the break looking at your comment. She says here, at Dominic TV, congratulations on winning over women. Just gives me hope that all these women in their 30s, Mom Donnie's demographic aren't stupid, superficial airheads. The beautiful Debbie Lebedo and her wonderful husband says here, so since we are involved in identity politics here, I think I will identify as a black person. Maybe I won't have to pay my taxes. How ridiculous. She's talking about Jasmine Crockett. And Debbie, trust me, that won't work. The IRS already told me, sir, where's the moolah? Donna Marie in Philly says, can we just call her Jasmine Crackpot? And the beautiful Liz Rosenblatt says, it doesn't surprise me, Dominic TV. Women love you. Number one, Dominic Carter. Oh, Liz, thank you for that comment. Liz is on line 1 in Florida. Liz, what's your weather like first in Florida?
Actually, it's been raining today.
Oh, raining.
And overcast.
And overcast.
But it's okay. Yeah, yesterday was stunning. I was in the pool. It's going to be beautiful tomorrow. It's fine. One day out of 2 months.
Wow, that's just wonderful. We are freezing our you-know-what's off. And you're talking about going in the pool. What's on your mind today, Liz?
Well, I'm very proud of you, but I knew you were number one.
Oh, thank you.
I want to know if you've been practicing your singing because you're sounding so much better.
No, I'm not singing. It's just, your girl Sandra, she told me in a nice way. She said, don't sing until she gets a chance to sit in front of a piano with me and go over my keys. But it is what it is, Liz. That's all I can tell you. It is what it is. It's just that I'm kind of down because of Mom Donnie and because of Congresswoman Haight and because of Ilhan Omar. Liz, why didn't you tell me to go into the right business? I should have ran for Congress. I could have went in dead broke, and 4 years later, I could have had $40 million.
It's unbelievable. 65,000 to 30 million. Listen, we all know where that money came from. They need to be investigated, right?
Absolutely.
And we have to get the proof, lock them up, put them all on a plane, one-way ticket somewhere but here, get them out of our country. And they all have the same agenda. Their words are all anti-American. Dominic, I was brought up showing respect to my parents and grandparents, to old elderly people, especially to people in high levels like the President of the United States. How in the world can it today be so disrespectful to parents and grandparents? But what's worse, the question is, how can these grown-ups in office, and notice I didn't say adults, be so disrespectful to our president? It's so hard to listen to. But, they just have that one agenda to change America, right? But the immigrants of yesteryear, they came here for a better life because they were being prosecuted and they worked hard. I mean, my grandparents, they worked like so hard and they loved America. They acclimated, and that's what the original immigrants did, and it was a privilege to be an American. So I don't consider them American.
Well, Liz, thank you for the call. I don't think any of us consider them Americans. Congresswoman Haight now wants to be a U.S. Senator. Congresswoman Keisha. Liz, thank you for the wonderful call in Florida. Good luck with the better weather tomorrow while the rest of us are freezing here in the New York tri-state area. Coming up next live, former Congressman Peter King.
This episode is brought to you by Netflix. Jay Kelly, the new film from Academy Award nominee Noah Baumbach. George Clooney stars as an actor confronting his past and present on a journey of self-discovery, alongside Adam Sandler as his devoted manager. Critics are calling it a declaration of love to the chaotic art of filmmaking, with the Wall Street Journal praising it as a transcendent comedy drama. Jay Kelly is now playing only on Netflix.
The Dominic Carter Show. Entertaining and informative on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
And coming December 20th, it's home for the holidays with Mr. Christmas, Vinny Medugno. Get ready to slay your night away with live performances, ugly sweaters, and jolly friends. It's Mr. Christmas, Vinny Medugno, singing your holiday favorites live in concert December 20th. For more info and tickets, go to homefortheholidays2025.com. It's Mr. Christmas, Vinny Medugno, live in concert. That's homefortheholidays2025.com. With us live right now, former Congressman Peter King. Congressman, how are you?
I'm doing okay, except my wife, Rosemary, was out in the car listening, and she wants me to tell you that she's one of the women who's in love with you, okay?
Oh.
That's what I have to listen to.
You got me good there, Congressman. First, on Twitter, DMS almost made me spit up my coffee, and now you just got me good there. So please send my regards, from my family to yours to your wife. She's a wonderful, wonderful person. And I saw online, the pictures that, the Christmas decorations that she did. Your home looks wonderful, Congressman. Absolutely wonderful.
Well, it's all because of Rosemary. If she doesn't let me near anything I touch, I screw up. So she's a designer, an artist, and I'm just along for the ride.
Hey, on the holidays, Congressman, are you not allowed to go near the kitchen like many of us men?
I'm not allowed to really do anything. No, the kitchen, absolutely not. No, except to eat later on in the dining room. That's as close as I get. Yeah.
Wow. Well, welcome to the club. One, I want you to listen, Congressman King, to President Trump. On Politico, he says that Ilhan Omar, I got to be honest with you, Congressman, I'm saying please put this lady in handcuffs. But the president stating that she married her brother to get him into the country, and she gets into Congress and all she does is complain. The president says let her go back to Somalia and fix her country. And as you know, Congressman, she's gone from a net worth of $65,000 to $30 million. Please listen, Congressman King, to President Trump.
Kind of immigrants that you do want to see in America?
They certainly contribute. Yeah, I want to see people. Yeah, I want to see people that contribute. I don't want to see Somalia. I don't want to see a woman that, marries her brother to get in and then becomes a congressman, does nothing but complain. All she does is complain. And yet her country's a mess. It's one of the worst in the world. Let her go back, fix up her own country. Somalia, yeah, and I was right about it. I started complaining about Somalia long before the scandal. The horrible things they're doing to Minnesota, it's incredible. They have an incompetent governor there, too. The Democrats are running some bad ships.
Speaking of ships.
Absolutely, Congressman King. The Democrats are running some bad candidates, some bad chips, whatever term you want to use. One, talk to us first about this Ilhan Omar situation, the battle between the nerve, the cojones that she's going to challenge publicly the president of the United States when she came in as a refugee herself, and that she's gone from $65,000 net worth to $30 million. How does that happen, Congressman King?
Well, she's a magician, but she was a terrible member of Congress, is a terrible member of Congress. And I actually had dealings with the Somali community when I was conducting the Homeland Security hearings on lack of responsibility in some of the Muslim communities as far as cracking down on terrorism, as far as cooperating with the police and law enforcement. Excuse me. Unfortunately, found out that one of the communities affected the most was the Somali community in Minnesota. Now, let me just say, I think the overwhelming majority of them are good people, but as with every immigrant group, there's always going to be some bad actors. But in other groups, you've had responsible leaders come and steer the people in the right direction. It's the opposite, and that's often the case with religious leaders. Local churches and temples, they will provide programs for the kids. They will help those who have problems and issues. Instead, what I found in Minneapolis was that a number of Somalis, first of all, their gangs were really bad, and there's one person that I was dealing with, and he became my main witness at the committee. He was raising his nephew as his son. He was raising him. The kid was starting to get in trouble, so he had him get involved with the mosque because they were doing youth programs, he thought. The next thing he knows, he gets a call. He finds out that his nephew is in Somalia fighting alongside al-Shabaab.
Wow.
Apparently, in the mosque, he had been radicalized, and they never told him at all. When he was looking for his son, they said, he's probably off over some drug gang. He's a bad kid. And they knew all along that he was in Somalia. So anyway, the kid calls up and he says, I've had enough. This is wrong. I made a mistake. I'm coming home. Well, 2 days later, he was shot and killed in Somalia. And when he went to the mosque, they told him that they put him under orders that he would be banished within the community if he or anyone in the family cooperated with the police or federal law enforcement. They told everybody in the community not to cooperate on any of these cases as far as young men being sent to Somalia. So here you have, in our country, you actually have religious leaders and community leaders sending children, young men, over to Somalia to fight for the enemy, for al-Shabaab. And then when those kids wanted to come home or were killed, wanting the families not to cooperate. So if you're an immigrant community anyway, you're somewhat under siege, you're isolated, and you have crime issues within it, and these people literally were under the control of these so-called community leaders. So I say a lot of the problem comes from leadership within the community. There are a lot of hardworking Somalis. This person that I dealt with, he was terrific. He himself then started leading community groups, but unfortunately, many of their own leaders, people like Omar, are absolutely terrible. And then you have a governor like Walz who was just trying to, I guess, cooperate, pander to them. And then, so there was no adult leadership. There was no firm supervision. And again, it was every ethnic group, if you trace it, whether it's the gangs of New York with the Irish, whether it was the mob with the Italians or the Westies with the Irish, or the Murder Incorporated with the Jewish immigrants. There's always a certain criminal element, but the leaders of the community overcame that. And they cooperated with the police, they cooperated with law enforcement. That, unfortunately, is not the case with too many of the leaders in the Somali community in Minnesota. So I understand where President Trump is coming from. I just wouldn't categorize all of the people that way. I feel bad for the hardworking families that do want to raise their kids in a good environment, that do want to live a straight, narrow life, but instead they are terrorized by the criminal elements in the community, which their leadership does not crack down on.
Did you have any interactions yourself, Congressman King, with Ilhan Omar, or your times didn't overlap while you were in Washington?
No, my last 2 years were her first 2 years, and I never had a word to say with her at all until in November of 2019, I announced that I was going to be retiring from Congress at the end of that session, which would have been a year later. And Chuck Schumer put out a very nice statement saying I've been a real asset to New York and he's proud to work with me, even though he didn't always agree. A very polite, friendly statement. Next thing I know, Omar is attacking Schumer and attacking me, saying I was a racist, an Islamophobe, like an evil person, good riddance. I'm one of the worst things that ever happened in Congress. This is a person I never had a word to say with her at all. So my feelings toward her is she's anti-Semitic. She's the worst. We had a situation in Congress, and it's where the Democrats really have responsibility also. Omar was coming out with very anti-Semitic type remarks. Everybody agreed with it, even 95% of the Democrats. And I remember coming back to Congress, I guess it was on a Monday afternoon or Tuesday morning, and on my desk was a proposed resolution condemning Omar for what she had said about being anti-Semitic, remarks about Jews, a well-written resolution that would have been condemning her for what she said. By the time we voted on it at the end of the week, anybody in the world could have voted for or against that resolution. It made no sense at all. They took out all reference to her, and we started talking about people about Native Americans, about islanders, about Eskimos, about they put every possible ethnic and religious group in there. I was wrong to be critical of them and never mention Omar's name. She ended up voting for the resolution that was originally drafted to condemn her because the Democrats were under such pressure from the left wing of their party not to say anything that would have been considered critical of Omar. They're scared stiff of her. There's her, there's Salib, there's the other one, Presley from Massachusetts. They were the squad that come in. AOC is part of them. She's not as bad as they are. She's no bargain, don't get me wrong. But as far as the anti-Semitism and that is, Omar is the worst. Omar and Salib are the two worst in Congress altogether. Horrible people, horrible human beings. And she came in here. She's lucky she's alive. She was a refugee, and the United States let her in. They treated her well. She gets elected to Congress. And as you know, there's always the questions, how she come in with the phony visas involved, and she's getting others in, when she's faking to be married to her brother and all of this stuff. And yet she walks around like she owns the place because no one really wants to take her on. They should confront her. I give President Trump credit for going after her. It should have been done a long time ago.
Absolutely. And as far as I'm concerned, the FBI, after investigating, should walk into her office and walk her out in handcuffs, and we'll see if she still has that smug, arrogant look on her face. We're just receiving this information, Congressman King. And then I want to ask you about Elise Stefanik and Bruce Blakeman, someone you're very close to, but a possible Republican primary. Brad Lander, the New York City comptroller that ran for mayor, lost. Big supporter of Mamdani. He's set to challenge Congressman Dan Goldman, running against him. So I guess a Democratic primary for the congressman there. But on the Republican side, Elise Stefanik and Bruce Blakeman, the Nassau County executive, someone you're very close to. What type of contest does this surprise you? We're looking at a primary, and what is this going to look like?
It doesn't surprise me. Ordinarily you would wish something like this didn't happen. I work with Elise in Congress. She's very smart, very hardworking, and she's definitely a star, no doubt about it. Bruce, I've known for over 30 years. I've worked closely with him. Actually, my daughter, when she was a councilwoman in the town of Hempstead, she and Bruce allied together. They formed a coalition, which in several instances actually went against their own party. And they did a lot to reform some things that were going on. So I've known Bruce. I know his wife, Sigal. She's a family court judge in Nassau County. Bruce is a great guy. In fact, when I was a kid in Queens, his father was the assemblyman. His district overlapped Nassau and Queens. So, again, he comes from a great family. His mother was a veteran in World War II. His father was a veteran. So he comes from a very proud family. Bruce was a Port Authority commissioner during 9/11. So I've been talking to Bruce over the last few weeks. I understand why he's running. I mean, when he's in there, he's in there now. I will support him, not as being at all critical of Elise, but I just think that Bruce has a better chance to run statewide than any other opponent because he's going to start off with Nassau and Suffolk strongly behind him. He's well known here. And also being close to New York City, he's known in New York City, and I believe that he will be able to campaign well upstate. I understand he's gotten a good reception upstate. I just think he would be the stronger candidate, but either one of them is better than Kathy Hochul. Whoever the ultimate nominee is, I will support them. But right now, I'm certainly standing with Bruce.
I don't see a situation where there's going to be an actual primary on the Republican side. Put on your hat, Congressman King. I mean, are these two really going to, because if there's a primary, the only one that emerges victorious from that is Governor Hochul, because the Republican nominee will be bloodied after a primary. Is this actually going to carry out itself to Election Day for a primary?
I think it's too early to tell, but I would hope if there is a primary, it's run strictly on who has the better chance of winning. It doesn't get personal. I was a little disappointed yesterday that one of Elise's staff people put out a long attack, a personal attack on Bruce, which was, to me, was totally out of line. Bruce, I was with him last night. He met with a group of us, and he told us he was going to be officially announcing this morning, which he did. And he said he has great regard for Elise. He's not going to say anything critical of her at all. He just thinks he has a better chance of winning, but that not is to in any way denigrate what she's done. And, in one way or the other, is going to continue to do. Now, I do know that Bruce, I didn't get into all the detail with him, but he would not have stayed in it, certainly if President Trump urged him not to. And I thought it was significant. And yesterday when the president was having a news conference in the cabinet room, and he was asked about Bruce and Elise both running, and they asked him how he felt about it, and he said that he thinks both of them are great people. He is proud to call both of them his friends. So there was no sign-off or signal from President Trump for either one of them to get out of the race. So we'll see how it goes. I know Joe Cairo, who is the national committeeman from New York, is also the county chairman here in Nassau County, and he's going to be certainly working with Bruce on the campaign. And Joe Cairo will insist that it be done above board. So whatever Bruce does, it'll be, I think, in the best interest of the party, and we'll see where it goes. He does want to see what the level of support is. If he goes around the state and sees that he has a lot more support than people thought, then he would probably stay in. If not, he'll decide what to do at that time.
Congressman Peter King, thank you for joining us. And I note with interest what you just said about President Trump. I was watching carefully. He didn't tip his hand one way or the other. So it's going to be interesting. Former Congressman Peter King joining us. Happy holidays to you, your wife, and your family. Thank you, Congressman.
Okay, Dominic, you too. You're the best. Bye now.
Thank you. You are, Congressman, the absolute best. Folks, we've got to take a break. When we come back, we're going to have all your telephone. Well, we're going to try and get to as many of your calls as possible. I see Gino in Providence, Jay in New Jersey, Alan in Long Beach, Judith in Brooklyn, Mike in North Carolina.
The Dominic Carter Show on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
And the Tunnel to Towers Foundation final thoughts of the day. I'm looking at my Twitter, at my ex, and never forget, says here, Dominic, I grew up in the projects of Newark, New Jersey, and you are it's a female picture on this. It says you are the whitest black man on radio. I don't know if that's a compliment, if that's an insult. Am I the whitest black man because my daughter has her master's degree and is a spokeswoman for an Ivy League institution? Is that why? Am I the whitest black man because my special needs son, who they say could never graduate, has 2 college degrees? Because I left New York City and live in Rockland County, and I don't understand. I mean, I don't know, folks. Because I'm a strong supporter of law enforcement, that means that I'm the whitest black man. I know a lot of black people. I would venture to say most African Americans are like me that own homes, middle class communities. They don't have the platform of a radio, of being on the radio. Judith in Brooklyn, line 5. Judith, what's on your mind?
Hey, you just scared me.
I'm sorry, Judith. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to scare you.
Okay. Let me tell you something. Okay. So, number one, I told Phil when he answered, I want to congratulate Dominic. So, Dominic, congratulations for number one. Not surprised.
Well, thank you. That's very kind of you. Thank you.
Oh, absolutely. You deserve it more than ever. And holding on, you're telling about what's-her-face, Crockett. Reparations should go to actual victims, okay? Unfortunately, they're not here anymore. It makes no sense, okay?
I agree with that. I agree with that.
And I did.
So wait. So I guess that makes me white then, because I said I agree with that. That the people that were the victims are no longer here, are no longer alive. And Judith, I've said this. I'm short on time, but I've said this to my African American friends. Listen, how long am I going to have to listen to this slavery nonsense? I'm sick of hearing it, and I'm black. I guess that makes me white as well. But go ahead, Judith.
No, you know what? You are a man. And you are an American. That's who you are, okay? I'm sick of all this nonsense with the colors. Now, it's interesting. I told Phil I want to talk about this thing with Stefanik Blakeman, and you brought it up with Congressman King, and I have a lot of respect for him. But I felt like you did. And you know what upsetting me is I don't like the Stefanik Blakeman going at each other because I don't want another Curtis Cuomo debacle confusing the whole wide world. Personally, as a woman, I would like to see Stefanik. I know she's very capable going against another incompetent woman. And Blakeman, who just won again, I think he should stay there as a Republican doing a great job. And here's my last thing, Dominic. I don't care what, when, and where.
Go ahead.
I get it. Personally, all communists should be banned from United States political office. They, to me, are a threat to true freedom.
I agree.
The way the founders' vision of life, liberty,
Judith.
and pursuit of happiness.
I got to step in. Thank you for that, Judith. I do agree. Folks, join Red Apple Audio Network's AARP, New York City, the Police Athletic League, Gristides and D'Agostino's, supermarkets and nationwide imaging services as we deliver holiday meals to more than 5,000 families across the city. Go to redappleaudionetworks.com/turkey. This holiday season, help the Red Apple Audio Networks feed those in need. Your donation helps put a meal on the table for a family in need. That's redappleaudionetworks.com/turkey. America's heroes also need your help. Donate $11 a month and consider making an even greater impact by donating a vehicle or land. Go to T2T.org. I'm back live at midnight.
Thanks for listening to The Dominic Carter Show. You can hear The Dominic Carter Show weekdays at 3 p.m. and Monday through Thursday at midnight and Sunday starting at 11 p.m. on 77 WABC. If you like the podcast, share it with your friends and listen anytime at WABCRadio.com and download the WABC Radio app. Hit that subscribe button on all major podcast platforms. Plus, follow WABC on social on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and X. See you next time for a new episode so you never have to wonder.
What the heck is going on here?
Looking for financial insights you can trust?
How do you protect yourself as an investor? What's the strategy?
I think it's really simple. I think you just want to be diversified in your portfolio.
The Payne family brings real-world experience to every conversation.
Well, I think that's the problem right now is, right, a lot of people that are close to retirement, they're taking so much risks. And if we do get a big sell-off, it could derail their retirement.
Listen to the Pain Points of Wealth on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
Hey, Ryan Reynolds here. Wishing you a very happy half-off holiday, because right now Mint Mobile is offering you the gift of 50% off unlimited. To be clear, that's half price, not half the service. And Mint is still premium unlimited wireless for a great price. So that means a half day. Yeah? Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. New customer offer for first 3 months only. Speed slow after 35 gigabytes if network's busy. Taxes and fees extra. See mintmobile.com.